Hello, friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here just to tell you that please do not miss to watch today's conversation. It was really amazing, fluent conversation on the topic called failure. You know what? You will learn English in just 20 minutes, like listening practice. You will feel motivated because we have discussed some such an amazing topic. And third, you can easily do your shadowing practice with this. And I have connected this tutor for the very first time, and I really like the way she talks. Very smooth, very fluent. Maybe starting 30 seconds are not great because she was setting the camera, so it's like moving a lot, but rest of the conversation is really amazing. So I want you to watch it till the end, and please let me know in the comment section that how do you like it. Thank you so much. Let's begin.
Hi, good evening.
Very good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay, and how was your day today?
It was good.
Okay, that's good to know. So, we're meeting for the very first time. Shall we start this session by introducing ourselves first?
Yeah, sure, why not? Should I introduce
Uh,
first?
yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, sure. My name is Karishmachauhan. I'm speaking to you from
Okay,
Gurgaon. I hail
okay.
from Delhi. I completed
Mm-hmm.
all my education there. And apart from that, I'm a married woman. I have two
Mm-hmm.
children. Professionally, I'm an advocate and
Okay.
also part-time YouTuber. Yeah, that's all about.
Oh, that sounds good. So, what kind of content do you post on YouTube?
Recently, I have changed my genre. Earlier, it's English only, but now I share my personal opinions about any particular topic and share
Mm-hmm.
with my audience in English language.
And
It's
what these
moving a
topics
lot.
are
Why?
usually? Because I am using my phone, there's some problem in my laptop. It's not connecting to the Wi-Fi, and I'm trying
Okay.
hard for it to, but there's some problem with the
I'm so
Wi-Fi.
sorry,
So
but actually, I
yeah,
got distracted.
that
That's why I
that's
told you.
that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so what are these topics generally that you post your opinion about?
Yesterday, I posted a video on about life is not easy. It's full of struggles and full of failures, how you can overcome. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
10-minute topic I have covered. I've researched, I have experienced like some things,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, because by this age, I have some
Mm-hmm.
experience of life also. So I just share it with my audience. Apart from that, recently I've shared a review of one particular book, that Power of Subconscious Mind. So where
Mm-hmm.
I read book, finish it, and then I share my personal opinion that how this book can help you reform and grow in your career, how you can use your subconscious mind. So these kinds of content basically I post. Apart from that, I
That's
also post
amazing.
conversational videos like we are having right now.
Mhm. Okay, that's amazing. That sounds good. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So, my
Sure.
name is Asmita. I have been born and brought up in Himachal Pradesh, and I am currently staying there as well. As of now, I'm pursuing a PhD in the field of microbiology, and I have been a spoken English coach for about a year and 10 months now. And my hobbies include reading and watching something interesting, exploring new things, and having interesting conversations with people that I meet over here. And that's
Great.
pretty much it about myself.
That's
Okay.
amazing. How's the weather there?
It's better. The place that I'm currently staying in is still considered the higher altitudes of Himachal. So here it's good. But where I actually live from, where my parents are putting up right now, it is comparatively plainer and it is near the boundary of Punjab. So it's quite hot over there. So, but here it's fine. Can't complain.
Okay, great.
Okay. How about Gurgaon? It must be very hot.
It's scorching heat, literally.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually was on a trip to some place a couple of weeks back, and Delhi was, and it was a place where we stopped for a couple of hours, and it was just unbearable for somebody who's
Unbearable.
coming from Himachal. It was unbearable. So yeah,
Right.
I can only imagine. So moving towards the topic for today, it is the power of failure. Are you comfortable talking about it?
Yeah, talk a lot about this topic in my videos, the power of failure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, I would like to ask you, do you think failure is an absolute necessary thing to become successful in life?
Yes, it is. It's very important because until you fail, you don't realize that where you need to work hard exactly. Because it is
Mm-hmm.
same like when you read a book about swimming, you're learning swimming. or just by
Mhm.
reading theory, and then when you go practically dive into the water, then you realize, okay, my hand is not moving in that direction, so I
Mhm.
have to put work in that particular direction. Similarly, it is all about life until we deep dive into it, and we understand that what practically need to be done in order to achieve this particular thing. uh,
Mhm.
Failure teaches you that particular thing actually, and from that
Okay.
perspective I feel it's important.
That's absolutely true and a very good example, actually. However, you said what practically needs to be done. It should not be what practically need to be done. It should be what practically needs to be done
Needs
because
to
it's
be
a singular thing that we're talking about. Okay, that's very true. But since you took an example of how we can, sometimes read about how to swim and then actually go and try swimming. Uh, how do you think one can prepare oneself for failure in life? Because for a lot of people, especially for readers, we read a lot about how to navigate things in life. But as you said, that when actually the tragedy strikes or when something happens to you, we do not know how to navigate through it. So, how do you think we can prepare ourselves for such difficult situations?
Honestly speaking, I don't think that we need to prepare for that situation, but when the situation actually comes in your life, you automatically get that courage and you feel strength and strong during that time. Maybe you are not
Mhm.
getting closer to your dream, you are losing something, but that
Mhm.
fear of losing, or maybe that makes you stronger, because I have few practical examples from my life. When I
Mhm.
was in college, or maybe like when I was doing job, I was too young that time,
Mhm.
I think 22 or 21-year old. At that time there
Mhm.
was this construction going on, and my home, it was built by my father, like he
Mhm.
was looking after all those things. But still I was so afraid for so many things, like I have seen police, they used to come to my place asking some bribe and all, and
Mhm.
I personally handled all those situations very boldly, very strongly. And after
Mhm.
that, when in future I faced the same kind of problem, I was so chill. There was no fear at all, because I have already faced that fear once in my life. So I think failure teaches you
Mhm.
how to become strong for the next time when you face the same problem.
Absolutely. That's true. Once you face something, you just realize how to go through it, or you've just faced the worst. So, yeah, that prepares you for such situations in the future. But for a lot of people, especially that's a typical personality type. That's I think also called personality type A, who want everything in life to be planned. They are very good planners. They have very less room for flexibility, and they plan very well, and they want things to be like that. For people like that, how difficult it is to deal with failures, according to you?
See, if you feel that you are going to get success every time you try for something, and when you
Mm-hmm.
lose that opportunity or that attempt, obviously you are going to
Mm-hmm.
feel very bad. You don't feel
Mm-hmm.
happy. You look yourself with the discouragement. But it's not the way of living life. You always be
Mm-hmm.
positive in all situation. No matter
Mm-hmm.
how difficult the situation is, you have to be positive. And the people you're talking about, yeah, I have seen there are people who, like, from the nursery to 12th, they are always the topper of school and college, and they get habitual of that kind of success. So for them it
Mm-hmm.
is quite difficult to bear that one failure. So I think,
Mm-hmm.
as I said, that failures are important, because if that becomes the part of your life, it is very easy to deal with them in
Mm-hmm.
future life. If you don't face
Absolutely.
failure in your early lives, and when you fail it in
Mm-hmm.
future, it is very difficult to come out of that failure. And I think that's happen with the people when they go in depression or mental stress, mental health issues. We can see so many cases like these in this era, because
Mm-hmm.
people, they just want to get successful in one attempt or two attempts. They don't want to
Mm-hmm.
struggle a lot. They don't want to
Mm-hmm.
feel, for example, the recent example, that Misha Agrawal, you might have heard her name
Mm-hmm.
through
Mm-hmm.
social
Mm-hmm.
media. So she suicide.
Yep.
Why? Because her followers decreases. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe she was the one who was succeed in her first attempt in initial stages of her life. So when she
Mm-hmm.
has to face this kind of situation, she was not able to face it. She did something
Mm-hmm.
wrong. So I think parents also should teach their child that it is okay to be fail. It's not a big deal. If there's a
Mm-hmm.
race, one has to win the race, but rest of the two, they have to run around. All three-person cannot get the not obtain the same position like first one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
We should understand that.
So you said she suicided. It should not be she suicided. It should be she
She
committed
committed
suicide.
suicide.
Yeah. And then you said that parents should also teach their children that it's okay to be fail. Instead of to be fail, it should be it's okay to fail, not to
It's
be
okay to
fail.
fail.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you failed ever in your life, if you're comfortable sharing?
Yeah, many times.
Mm-hmm.
You won't believe, but I have just shared with you about my YouTube channel. I have been running
Mm-hmm.
it for last 2 years. I am not still getting my desired goal. I have more than 40
Mm-hmm.
plus subscribers, but that's not enough because I feel that I'm putting a lot of efforts into this, but still not
Mm-hmm.
getting that success. But what I feel
Mm-hmm.
is that I am just patiently waiting because I have this positivity. I don't know from where
Mm-hmm.
it comes from, but I am very positive about my future life. And you have said about earlier, yes, I fail in, I think when I was in second year, I failed in one subject, which is English, because my English,
Okay.
it was really weak since my childhood. It's not
Mm-hmm.
now, but since
Mm-hmm.
my childhood, I was very poor in English. So I got failed in
Okay.
second year, but in final year, I topped
Mm-hmm.
the whole college. Like I was the topper of my college.
Mm-hmm.
So that time I realized it's okay to be fail. It's okay to
Mm-hmm.
fail because when next
Mm-hmm.
time you put hard work, you will get better result. So that's
Absolutely.
how.
Okay, that sounds like a good advice. So, talking about this YouTube channel that you have, and you are an advocate, so I can just understand how difficult it would be for you to find time from your practice and to think about the content and then to shoot it, edit it, make sure that it is as you want it to be, and then put it out. And when you do not get that success, that can be disheartening, especially in today's generation, in today's time when we want instant gratification. We do not want to wait for the results. We want results immediately. So, how do you make sure that you have that sort of strength within you? How do you make sure that you bounce back up whenever you feel low?
Yes, it happens many times when I feel really low, especially
Mm-hmm.
when I'm creating content. I'm spending too much time on this. To be honest, I spend uh, extra time in YouTube as compared to my profession. But still, when I don't get result, I feel that I should improve something because there's a lot of competition. People are not only creating videos, they are presenting their videos in such a way that the person who's watching them, he feel like that, okay, I should watch this only because there are so many things they have added. um, that is, I think, the problem with me. I know my problem, like why am I not getting that place where I want to reach. The reason is only the editing part, technical part, because I'm not good with that. So I think I need assistance from some outer person. I have to work on the presentation of my videos. Not um, raw material is good, content is good. I present good, but the way it has to be presented in front of the audience, it's not like the same. So that has to be improved. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So, is there something that you're doing to like learn better editing or maybe overcome the problems that you feel you're currently facing with your
No,
videos?
I'm not doing anything because I don't have time. Because being a mother, like it's very
Mm-hmm.
quite impossible thing to create content. If I'm doing it, I
Mm-hmm.
feel satisfied somewhere because being a mother, being a housewife, being an advocate, I'm at least able to post videos. There are people who encourage, there are people who message me in the comment section, they motivate me, and that's when I feel very overwhelmed. Like, okay, at least if I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting this, I'm so happy because my main motive is to connect with my audience, to connect with the people,
Mm-hmm.
to put my
Mm-hmm.
point in front of them. If they are able to understand, maybe they are the few, not many people, but
Mm-hmm.
still I feel satisfaction. And that satisfaction,
Mm-hmm.
I think, very important in every person's life. Until you feel satisfied, you won't feel productive, you won't feel like doing anything in future.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm satisfied.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm satisfied, but still I'm trying to um, contact with some editors and all who can work for
Mm-hmm.
me in less price so that I can fulfill my dream. Yeah,
That's very difficult to find nowadays. Something
very
to get.
difficult. True.
Yeah. Okay. This acknowledgement part where every one of us wants to be acknowledged by anybody that we're working for. For example, in your case, it's an audience. In my case, it can be my supervisor or uh, this organization that I'm working for, this acknowledgement for us is very important. Uh, what do you think happens when people are not acknowledged for the hard work that they put in? And that happens with a lot of women still, where they're not acknowledged for the work that they're doing. Nobody ever goes and thanks them. What do you think happens to a person's will and their zeal to work if they were acknowledged or thanked for
And what
that?
I feel is that I was also in the same situation. I was doing household chores like since morning till the evening. Nobody acknowledged me. Nobody say, for
Mm,
example, it's husband. Always they say like what you do whole day. So
mm,
what I feel is that if nobody's appreciating me for that thing, let let's leave it and focus on what
mm,
you really want to do. And this is what I'm doing
mm.
right now. I give
Okay.
priority to myself, my work, my
Mm,
profession, and after that I do all the things, whatever is there. So I think you
mm.
should prioritize yourself in that condition. How
And
long you
has
can work like
yeah,
this without acknowledgement?
absolutely. Has prioritizing yourself in your case worked for you?
Yes, I am
Okay. How has it?
prioritizing myself. Like yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm
how
for
has
it.
it changed your life then
How it
from
has changed
from
my
what it
life.
was before? Yeah.
Okay, so one thing is there which I want to share. The moment I start prioritizing myself, I feel happy.
Mm.
First thing. And I
Okay.
think that is the only most important thing in the life. If you're living this life, you
Absolutely.
should be happy and content. I am.
Mm-hmm.
That is one
Mm-hmm.
thing, especially since this YouTube has came to my life, I feel so connected because I'm getting opportunities to connect with different people from diverse background on daily basis. And that's when I came to know about their life. Sometimes I share my life, and this is how we build a
Mm-hmm.
connection. So now I feel happier. I think that is the only thing which prior after prioritizing um, give me benefit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you said since this YouTube has came to my life, but you said has, it should be come. It's come, came, come. So third form of the verb, we're using the perfect tense over here, present perfect tense. So it should be since the YouTube has come into my life,
Has
I
come.
have, yes, has come to my life. It's present perfect tense.
Okay, has come. Okay, because I'm still on YouTube.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Uh, as you mentioned that the exposure you got after being on YouTube, after starting your own channel on YouTube, is something that a lot of people are unable to get, especially when you're sitting at your home and just talking to people. So that changes
Right,
your life a lot, and that changes the way you see things, you view
right.
things a lot. How has it changed for you? Like, what are the things now that now you are able to understand that earlier you may be unaware of or had little understanding about?
Um, what I feel is that there's a topic called introvert and extrovert. When you really
Hmm.
connect with the people, it doesn't only mean that you are an extrovert, then only you can connect. Even the people
Yeah.
who are an introvert, they also want to talk to somebody. The problem is with them, they feel a little hesitant. But when
Hmm.
somebody approaches them, they try to
Hmm.
put 100%, they try to talk and communicate with. So same with
Hmm.
me, if I talk about my neighborhood or my society, I was a kind of person like who's introvert. I don't
Hmm.
start conversation. I used to feel hesitant. But since
Hmm.
I started my channel and start talking with different people, I'm more
Hmm.
comfortable into this now. So now I
Hmm.
don't feel hesitant while talking to somebody. Even if it's a stranger for me, I can ask anything. I can start a conversation on my own. So that is very
Hmm.
plus point which I have learned after connecting or after this YouTube.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Even that's something that I have seen with myself. I was an introvert. I would say that I still am in real life situations where I have to
Okay.
go and talk to somebody. But since I've started taking these online sessions, I feel more confident when I have to go and talk to somebody. It's as if I cannot begin a conversation, if I cannot initiate it, if they are talking about something, I can always give my 2 cents into it. So that's something that has changed in my life as well.
And you know
Okay.
what? The same
Yeah.
with me when I started my YouTube channel, I was not able
Hmm.
to initiate the conversation.
Uh-huh.
I used to depend on
Okay.
the other person that what when he will ask,
Hmm.
I'm very comfortable to answer. But I cannot
Yeah.
put my questions on it is something
Absolutely.
even I am facing difficulty. It's not
Hmm.
properly solved, but I'm trying to
Hmm.
solve this issue because it's very important to initiate the conversation. You cannot depend on
Absolutely.
other person, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes I remember I used to be walking among people and I used to think that it's so awkward. I have stayed quiet for the longest time. I need to speak something. What do I speak? They might be judging me. So my mind would be swarmed with all of these thoughts. But then if I did not know what to speak. So that was a big problem. But now I think it has made me calm in that sense as well, that I do not pay a lot of attention to what other people might be thinking if I'm not speaking. I've become comfortable with the silences as well. And when I feel that it is somebody that I can talk to and I can have the kind of conversations that I want to, then I talk to them. So that has given me that kind of self confidence as well, which I think is very important in life. It gives you
Yes,
peace as well. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Coming back to the topic of failure, have you seen somebody who achieved success without encountering failures in life?
Yeah, these days it's possible since social media is here. You can get fame and success overnight. Like recently, the Mona Lisa, the Kumbh girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think that she got any failure because she was not chasing success actually, but it's all of a sudden uh, she got popular, famous, and everyone, I think whole India recognize her
Hmm.
at this moment. So sometimes it's happened.
Mhm.
It's all about luck.
But do you think that such success that it is long lived? Because we also saw somebody called Ranu Mandal, if I'm taking her name correctly,
Right.
who was a very good singer that who was found on a platform, but then she disappeared from our lives as soon as I
Yeah,
mean,
she got famous.
just the way that she came in the blink of eye, she went as well. And then for the longest time, she also became a meme material. So, do you
Right.
think that these successes are long lived, or do you think
Short
that
term.
they are short term?
Yeah, I think this is short term because they don't know how to deal with success. That is also a proper topic in itself
Mhm,
because uh, the people who receive or achieve success in shortest a short span of time, I feel that they
mhm,
are not able to retain it for longer duration. It's because they
mhm,
don't know how to react, how to behave, how to deal with this kind of situation.
mhm,
So I think the people who are getting success step by step, they are more into
mhm,
reality, ground, uh,
mhm.
what do we call
They're more grounded.
grounded, yeah. So I think
And I
they
think
have
they're
this ability.
and they're
Yeah.
better planned to deal with the success as well.
Yes, 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 yes. They learn how to deal it because it comes slowly to them.
Absolutely. Okay. Uh, do you think the problem with such people is that they do not know how to deal with the success, or it's just with us as an audience because we become bored of watching them very soon?
Maybe there might be possibility. I cannot commit on that. No idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what are your plans for your YouTube channel? Do you have any ideas like what it is that you would like to do with it in the future, or what kind of content would you like to post in the future?
I want to create content. Basically, I want to share my thoughts, as I said, about
Mhm,
life, about this and that, because I feel that I've lived
mhm,
good life. Like I'm in mid of my 30s. So whatever I have experienced till this age, I want to share it with my audience. And second is
mhm,
that I feel that I'm a good motivator. I can motivate people for doing some things. Particularly if I take any topic and I talk about it, I feel that I encourage other people to do it also.
mhm,
So I'm working on it. Though I'm working really hard, I'm not getting results. So I'm at this moment I'm becoming impatient. I don't have patience, so I'm looking it for 2, 3 more months. If I'm not getting that, I'm not getting what I dreamed
mhm,
for. So
mhm.
then I might not work with this YouTube and I will focus on my profession because money matters.
Absolutely, it does matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, it does matter. So, do you plan to monetize the YouTube that you're working on?
It is already monetized. It is monetized. I'm
Okay.
getting income, but it's not that much, which I, for example, that I'm putting so much of hours into this
Hmm.
particular thing and I'm not getting the remuneration which I expected. So I think rather I'm putting those hours into my profession, I'm getting good income out of that. So why not to like,
Yeah, makes
yeah.
sense. Okay. Okay, so we've almost reached the end of the conversation over here, and the feedback that I have for you is there are not a lot of mistakes that you make, and you are a good speaker. You're confident, you have modulation in your voice. There's some things like you use be sometimes where it is not needed. So like be is used just before adjectives. It's never used before verbs. That's something that maybe you can pay a little bit of attention to. And then there was just one mistake that you made with the perfect tense. You had to use the third form of the verb where you use the second form. Other than that, I believe that these are just sometimes we lose track of things while speaking because we're so engrossed in what we're speaking. So that's
Right.
fine, I think, acceptable. But yeah, that's it from my end. Do you have any questions for me? Any doubts?
No, no, but it's like our first conversation, but it's really amazing. I feel connected with you
Yeah.
and I enjoy this
Likewise.
conversation.
Likewise. It was an amazing conversation for me as well. It was lovely to meet you. Now I'll have to take your leave, but thank you so much for joining and have a very good evening.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.